Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, current blood sugar sitting at 5.8, fully calibrated, which doesn't mean anything anymore because I have the Guardian 4 sensor, which keeps me calibrated all the time. I have 0.125 units of insulin, active insulin, floating around my body. I had pretty much a lot of insulin being used throughout the day and basal, and I have some corrections. It stopped now because I have a downward trend. Now, if we go over to my total thing, 91%. This 9 here has dropped down, or dropped up, or whatever. So yesterday night, I went high for midnight. So hopefully tonight I can keep it down lower. 91 time and range, and this number has gone up to 8. That's where I stand. Today, I want to discuss, is tech the only answer? So stay tuned, sorry, and we'll be right back. So is tech really the full answer? It's hard to say. Tech has made things a lot easier. I'm able to get this right away. I'm able to give insulin right on the boom, boom, boom. I don't have to pull out needles and everything. But this channel has been very tech heavy. And I want to take back to the easier time. I call it the easier time. I've heard it called diabetic dark ages. Who knew? But this was really a time where you just had your insulin, your syringes, and your urine testing. Well, urine testing is gone. Tech has kind of slipped in there, and you are able to do your own glucometer, which I think was a godsend. If you're able to keep things under control, and I mean tight control, because we all know that tight control is the best form of diabetes. If you're not, you get into this whole kind of, oh, I have to tell everyone things are going well. You have to keep logs. You have to do your testing 4 times a day. It's a lot of extra work. So tech can help you that way. But if you want to do shots, and now it used to be 1 shot a day, or for me it was, and then 2. And then they finally had me up to 4 shots a day and even more. My blood sugar went high. I had a formula to bring it down, but it was still another shot. Um, Now, what I like is I don't have to keep these records anymore. I was pretty well terrible with that. I got going on a routine in my later years where I had a book and took the book, a book of blood sugars, everything diabetic was in this book. I'd show up at meetings with my nurse and I'd have the book. That's gone now because this has everything I need. So, where do you go? You never really have to go to tech. And when I'm saying tech, I'm meaning the word technology. But it does make life a lot easier for you. If you're able to get a pump, I don't know what my pump went, right over here. So it's hard to find. If you're able to get a pump, your blood sugars control is better in check. Problems with it? If this goes down, if this gets broken, if you lose the pump, it costs money to return. But more than less, if you break this within 2 hours, you're probably going to be heading towards DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. And that is the worst thing. The last time I had problems was here at the hospital, and I was transported in DKA and ended up I went from emergency to transferred hospitals to ICU care for a week. So things change, and because you're always on short-acting insulin with a pump, it can cause more issues. The negative side of shots, once you give the insulin, you're going to have to eat. You're going to have to control that, oh, I don't feel like eating now. Once you take that insulin, you have to eat. With a pump, if I press the buttons and make a bolus, I'm going to have to eat anyway. So technology isn't, oh yes, it's going to be perfect for you. Life's just going to be grand. I don't think anyone in the world is going to be perfect. You're going to run into problems with technology, same as if you run into problems with shots or keeping records. And But if you can handle it and you're getting as good numbers as you would on the pump, by all means, there's a person I know who had a he's been on the shots for so many years. He's um, I'll call him my diabetic twin, and but he's not really a twin. He's about 10 years behind me in diabetic land, and they're now suggesting he go on the pump for tighter control. It's difficult. There's a lot, if you haven't been doing it, there's a lot of information you're going to have to learn. And it's an upward curve going on the pump. It's not kind of like, okay, I'll take my last shot, I'll put on the pump, and then we'll go on our merry way. It's not going to work like that. But if you feel comfortable just doing it the way for years before technology came in, then go for it, do it. But recognize if a pump or any other technology comes along that could help you, open your eyes and take a moment. Oh, I don't want to do it because of this, this, and this. Learn about it before you decide. That's what I did. If you're being pressured into going to the pump and using all this new technology, there's a book, I think it's called Pumping Insulin, which has everything you're going to need to know about how this works and can it fit into your life. You can't do what I did. When I first got the pump, and this was, granted, it wasn't as fancy as this pump, I put it on. I found back then I was having problems getting tubing. It ended up, the company I worked for dropped tubing as a coverage. So I just had to go back to using a needle. It sat in the drawer for, I don't know, a couple of years. And then I got on to seeing a doctor and I started using the pump. Granted, I think intense pump therapy is being shown to work a lot better in obtaining those tight control, which we all know helps your body. So think about technology. Is it the only way? No. But if you're needing it, it's there. And be open to it. But if you're doing everything, doing your blood sugar, writing it down, giving that to your doctor, go for it. Nice, easy little video today. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now. My email address is Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com. All one line. Drop me